So there was this unbelievable story about a dentist. He was out one stormy night talking on the phone, and boom, he was struck by lightning. He fell to the ground. People thought he was dead, but a few minutes later he got back up on his feet. He seemed okay. He went to the hospital. Tests proved that he was back to his old self, so he went back to work. There was one thing that had changed. He was clearly not his old self, because suddenly, for the first time in his life, he became consumed with music. In fact, it was all that he could think about, and he started to play piano for the first time, hours and hours a day. It was a total obsession. But there was only one composer that he was particularly drawn to: Chopin. When asked about his new Chopin obsession, he said that while he was unconscious, he heard music, a glimpse of heaven, he called it, and it sounded like Chopin. What is it about this music that transports us into this world of dreams? In this day and age where we have all collectively been through so much with the pandemic, it's time to dream again. I was going through a tough time in my personal life and looked to the 24 Preludes of Chopin to help me through, to give me a kind of guidepost how to navigate to the next chapter of my life. And I'd like to share that journey with you, the journey of learning the 24 Preludes, the stories behind the Preludes, the history, because there is so much to be gained there. There is such a treasury to explore. The story behind the composition of these preludes was a drama in and of itself. Chopin was only 29 years old and already having advanced tuberculosis. He left the winter of Paris to spend it in Mallorca, hoping that some sun and a new climate would do him well and allow him to finish these preludes. But instead, he got there and it was cold and miserable, and he was not welcomed by the locals. They heard him coughing and saw him coughing up blood, and they said, wow, he could really pass this disease on to us. So he was forced to live in an isolated monastery. It was, again, bitter cold, and it only made his condition worse. He called it a prison cell. Yet, despite these harsh conditions, Chopin emerged from this trip not only with a beautiful, completed project, the 24 Preludes, that are considered one of the pillars of all Romanticism, but he also reflected upon this time as one of the happiest and most productive. Chopin's friend and fellow composer Franz Liszt called the 24 Preludes golden dreams, that they transport us on these dream clouds to another place, and that place is inside ourselves. And Chopin navigates through all 24 keys. All the feelings are explored in these miniatures. They last only about 25 or so minutes, but it's a world of feeling, and it's a world of hope, and it's a world of dreams and transformation. I hope you join me on my special video series, Chopin Dreams, where I will be chronicling the learning of the 24 Preludes with story, messages inside the music, personal reflections, and also special moments and tutorials at the piano. I hope you do join me.